Mr. Bobby Scott.
The gentleman from Virginia is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, gentlelady, for yielding. I rise in opposition of H.J. Res. 111, which will overturn the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau's rule prohibiting forced arbitration for many consumer contracts, including student loan contracts. Banks and large corporations often take advantage of ordinary Americans by burying forced arbitration clauses in boilerplate fine print in standard contracts. When corporations force consumers to secretly arbitrate with hand-picked firms which rely on those same corporations for repeat business, the system is rigged. Take, for example, Matthew, who enrolled in the for-profit aviation school that closed before Matthew could finish his degree. At the recommendation of the school, he had taken out $56,000 in private student loans and with debt and no credential because the school had closed. Matthew joined a class action with thousands of other students, but due to a class action ban in the loan contract, the court ruled that thousands of individual students must individually settle their disputes with the bank in arbitration, and that means each individual student had to hire his own lawyer, take time off to present their case, and everything else you have to do to present the case, and that's why most victims of this kind of fraud will never collect what they're owed. And if each victim only loses a little bit, virtually nobody will bring a claim. And that's with the class action, at least you can achieve an injunction so the corporation will stop. Each plaintiff might receive a little bit, but without the class action, the corporation is free to continue the fraud. With this rule, without this rule, the banks will continue to use forced arbitration clauses to advance their special interest at the expense of innocent victims who will be ripped off. Mr. Speaker, that's why we need to stand with consumers, and I urge my colleagues to do that, stand with consumers, reject this repeal of the important rule, and vote no on H.J. Res. 111. I yield back.
The gentleman yields. The gentleman from Missouri is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, we reserve at this time.
The gentlelady from California is recognized.
And now